Okay, so we have reviewed solving one-step equations, and we will go over the answers to the do now during our meeting. This is solving two-step equations. Okay, so the first thing we always do when we solve an equation, we start out by drawing a line underneath the equal sign. Now, whatever we do on one side of the line, we need to do on the other. We need to keep the equation balanced. The equal sign means this equals negative 18, and so does this. So your first step is always work with the number that's by itself. We're going to go to this second. That's why it's called a two-step equation. And you're just going to write the inverse of plus 6, which is, of course, minus 6. Now, what works out nicely here is on this side of the equation or on the side that you're solving on, because it can be switched, you are always going to eliminate, okay, using inverse operations. So positive 6 and negative 6 is 0, and you can eliminate that. Now, what does this equal? So we might need to review integers a little bit. You have a negative 18 and a negative 6, and you're combining them. Okay, basically you're adding them together because they're both negative. It's like you have negative 18 degrees and you're going to go down 6 more degrees. So it's going to be a larger number. So when you have two negative signs together, you're going to add them together. So we have negative 18 and negative 6 is negative 24. Okay, and you're just going to bring down the negative 2x. Now, what does this mean? It means negative 2 times x. So the inverse of multiplication is division. I'm going to divide. I'm going to use this symbol as opposed to let me draw that over here, the old time symbol, division. Okay, we're just going to put a bar because it keeps everything nice and neat and you don't need to put those dots in. So we're just going to divide by, what's here? Negative 2. Whatever you do on one side of the line, you have to do on the other. Okay? Now, we're not turning this into 0, but we're turning this into negative 2 divided by 2 is 1. You don't want to have 0x left because then you wouldn't know what the answer to the question is. You want to know what 1x is. So we have 1x left. Okay? In algebra, you don't need to write 1 in front of the x because it's understood that there's just 1 there. Now we're just going to do the math here. Negative and negative in division or multiplication is always positive, and it's just 24 divided by 2 is 12. Now, the good thing about equations is before you do a test or anything, you can always double check your answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to take my answer, which I believe is 12, and I'm going to put it back into the original equation. Okay? So I'm going to do negative 2. I'm going to replace x with 12, which I believe is my correct answer. And I'm going to see if I get negative 18 when I put all that together. So let's see what happens. Negative 2 times 12 is negative 24. Because you have a negative and a positive, it's negative. And I'm going to add 6 to that. And hopefully that equals negative 18. So I'm down 24. Okay, it's negative 24 degrees outside, but the temperature is going to go up. It's going to get warmer by 6 degrees. Okay, so you have opposite signs here. Okay, now if you remember, there's a little song that we used to sing. Same sign, add and keep. Different sign, see, a positive and negative, subtract. Take the sign that there's more of, then you'll be exact. So you have a negative here and a positive. There are more negatives, so the answer is going to be negative. Okay, so it looks like we're okay here. And we're going to do 24 minus 6. 24 minus 6, oh yeah, that's 18. So we can check and see that we did it correctly. Okay, thank you for watching, and hopefully you will do well on your problems too.